Namaskar, respected President of India. First, let me begin by thanking you, ma'am, for having given this precious time of yours to participate today in this 55th anniversary of the ICSI, and it certainly adds a lot of prestige and honor to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and more particularly to the ICSI and its members. As was mentioned by the Secretary, ICSI was registered under the Section 25 as a company on 4th October 1968. And today we mark that day, 55th Foundation Day. And we recognize the ICSI as a global leader in promoting good corporate governance, which is actually the vision it stated for itself. So the vision is what the Institute has been working for, and today I can say very happily that that vision is being achieved each year with different benchmarks for different performances. You are also ready to prepare and ready high caliber professionals who facilitate good corporate governance. Two important announcements were made today, and both of them have very important nation-building characteristics. One is, of course, to launch an initiative for the Agniveers, the defense personnel, and the Agniveers, under which the Institute has waived off the fees for Indian Armed Forces, paramilitary forces, Agniveers, and families of the martyrs, so that they can register for company secretaries course. It's a very big step and a good initiative which post their tenure, which is post the tenure that they have in serving the nation at the borders. When they come back, it is important for them to professionally qualify themselves and also keep their careers going to satisfy the nation-building instincts with which they served the border, now they can serve within the country. So I commend the step taken by the ICSI for facilitating the Agniveers and the defense personnel. The second announcement which is made has a very high emotional content. I can see the significance of what this would contribute for the Shaheed's family, the martyred family, martyred soldiers' family, and particularly for the girls of this family to be able to get your support is a very good gesture, and I'm sure your families will be very proud of you all, individually and as an institute, for taking this brilliant step. Rashtrapati ma'am, the Secretary, when he was talking, highlighted what are the kind of opportunities which exist today for the company secretaries who can really bring in corporate good governance, and in the process, your government has actually taken very significant steps so that this country is seen for the entrepreneurs and their spirit of performing for the country, rather than for what we had been known earlier for not so good corporate governance and inefficiencies in practice. Today, I'm happy to say your government has taken several such wonderful steps, which when company secretaries talk to their clients or potential clients, can proudly state what India is moving towards. Decriminalization of minor offenses, and also the introduction of the IBC, looking at simplification of regulatory frameworks, tax reforms, and also removing unnecessary and archaic compliance or laws. And in that, 39,000 unnecessary compliances have all been removed, along with 1,500 archaic laws have also been removed, so that facilities for the businesses with a great sense of ease can come in. Similarly, since 2014, for the kind of FTI reforms that we have undertaken, we see that India has received $230 billion US dollars, or slightly more than that, in the last 3 financial years, which means interest of companies to get invested in India and to run businesses here is now very clearly pronounced. And that's where corporate good governance, which you as company secretaries can bring in, makes a difference. Most of these FDIs which are coming and the investments which are getting made are coming into investments as in physical infrastructure building. Most of them are going into removal of or addressing logistics bottlenecks, improving regional connectivity, increasing port and air capacities, and increasing overall efficiencies. Now, these are very clearly areas in which corporate governance can make a big difference for projecting India's efficiency quotient. So I would think you have opportunities galore, and on this 55th anniversary, and in the graceful presence of the Rashtrapati, we can, as people concerned with company secretaryship, corporate management, and good governance, commit ourselves for making India, in the next 25 years, a very well governed and very well managed corporate domain, so that by 2047, as was the vision set before us by Honorable Prime Minister, India can become a developed country. Madam Rashtrapati ji, the President of the ICSI already referred to the fact that 72,000 members of the ICSI and about 2 lakh students are all over the country. And I think at a time when India's development and India's growth story is now moving away from the metropolitan towns and going into tier 2, tier 3 cities, it is important that your expertise, your professionalism is going to help the ecosystems in those areas also to flourish. And I'm glad to hear from the President who spoke before me that you have already 4 regional offices. They are in New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai. You've now opened an office in Noida for your international operations. You also have 3 centers of corporate governance. They focus on research and training also. They are in Navi Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Kolkata. There are also about 72 chapter offices spread across the length and breadth of the country, so totaling 72 is a very big number, and that number would be at the moment very adequate for India's developmental needs. If you're looking at global opportunities, I can see in India itself the rapid increase in setting up of global capacity centers, which is a multinational investment happening for providing services globally. And if India is going to be the leader, the ICSI has a very big role to play in it. A report done by one of the big 4 chartered accountant companies, Deloitte, has very clearly said that most preferred location for setting up global services is India, and India accounts for 45% of all the global capacity centers in the world. outside of the respective home countries, and more than 140 global capability centers, the GCCs. I've been referring to them as capacity centers. They are global capability centers. They are found emerging in the emerging cities. 7,000 startups or more are also operating in these emerging hubs. So I would think there is immense scope within the country for the ICSI and for all those young aspirants of your institute have immense opportunity within the country as its growing needs are now very well established. I'm not expanding on the global efforts with which you said your standard setting or your guidance on that has been accepted by countries like Malaysia. You've held two international conferences, one in Dubai and the other one was held in London, I think, May 2023. So you're very clearly now showing enough and more capability to expand globally, and that's very welcome. I certainly wouldn't like to take more time. We are all very keen to hear the respected Rashtrapati ji, but I will highlight a very important fact and very important value that all of us will have to certainly introspect on. It is your own motto, the ICSI's motto of Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. In today's India, I think that motto is the most important motto, not just for ICSI, but for many of us, because that's what is going to be bringing that essence of value system into what we do. We cannot see value systems being diluted, but at the same time, corporate governance is an issue on which all of us are committed. So your motto is well served if all of us can do justice to it. Each of us, if we commit ourselves to it, it's going to build a better India. So I wouldn't take more of your time. We are in the Kartavya Kal. We are also looking at a destination of a developed country by 2047. Today we have the Manya Rashtrapati ji with us. No better time for all of us to rededicate ourselves for and towards better corporate governance. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Under your guidance,